This is Ken's garden. It's summertime now. This is June 3rd, early in the morning. His eggplants have been growing from his spring gardening. There's rosemary, other herbs such as basil, mint, green onions, some oregano, and here you have some manoa lettuce from the previous crop they're going to seed. Beyond that, a big zucchini, pole beans on the vine, bush beans that are already flowering, tomatoes, cucumbers beyond that. His kale is doing very well. And bitter melon growing up on a trellis. More herbs, rosemary. This is probably one of his biggest and most productive, could be his most productive garden. He's now learned to treat the soil with molasses to keep the nematodes down. Every night he comes out to look for beetles as well as snails. Also growing are his stephanotis, jade plant in the back, his orchids, papaya, the other side, chives, as well as garlic chives, more orchids, gardenia peeking out, strawberry plants that he just transplanted, older plants from his Paula Drive home from his father, Hono orchids, very happy about his watercress, his ginger. Somewhere in here he also has turmeric. Some of these orchids, when they blossom, he takes them down to Les's office or his former office. Other plants, other fruit trees, such as the oranges that came from Taiwan, some amaranth, and our guava tree. We found that the best way to keep the birds from attacking the guava fruit is to use old socks. But even at that, the birds will figure out a way to get to the guavas before we can pick them. Over here is his tangerine tree, more gardenia that are blossoming, and our lemon tree that has a fungus on its trunk that he's trying to be proactive and treat it. This lemon tree has been with us ever since we've moved here in 1976. This is Ken's garden on Father's Day, Sunday, June 15th. Here we have his bitter melon vines kind of taking off after a week of growth when we last videotaped. His kale, strong as ever. His cages of tomato, blossoming. His bush beans that are flowering and bushy. His cucumber vines and his pole beans that have gotten all the way up to his extent of his trellis. He's had to cage in his manoa lettuce plants that have gone to maturity, where he picks up the seedlings to save for next season's planting. His eggplants that are very productive and have been in the garden from the past planting season. And we see some zucchinis. The other day, with his Chinese roast pork, he served some zucchini soup along with his ginger cold chicken, using the broth from that dish to make his zucchini soup. So we'll come back in about a week to check on the garden again.